Hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the space. Just allow yourself to ground for a moment while more people are arriving. Maybe close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Just allow yourself to be. So happy to see all of you here. This is one of my favorite calming mantras. Soham. I am that, and that is I am. Full self-responsibility that the outer reality is the reflection of everything that we are, and not just in this very moment, but also karmically and the collective. So it's a deep invitation into self-honesty, this mantra. All right, I'll start lowering the sound. All right. I warmly welcome you all into this journey. You know, every time I host a Zoom call, any kind of meeting, a retreat, it's always my own personal ripening and arriving into something. And this one is of no difference. I, as a woman, continuously to work on growing and expanding into my full radiance, and it has not always been easy. And just to start right away from deep honesty, actually I used to have a very hard time being a woman and being in a relationship to women. I was harshly bullied as a girl, and I was also physically kind of like beat up and insulted often by my mom. And so growing up, I just felt actually incredibly unsafe in the feminine energy and feeling like there's never true safety, never true trust. And that took me on my own journey of actually being a pretty intense loner and doing a lot of things by myself. And a few times when I would gently open up my heart, there would still be some kind of a betrayal or something, or backstabbing in my early 20s. And so I had to go deep in my subconscious programming and understand partially it was my own personal trauma that was recreating those energetics, but also collectively we as women have been going through a lot, right? We've been moving through big ascension after thousands of years of patriarchal game, and nothing wrong with a healthy patriarch, true, beautiful, masculine. But as we know, there has been a lot of abuse of feminine energy, and so women have learned how to either hide or manipulate and also look at each other as a threat, because we would have to have access to a man to survive or to have some kind of power. And so if a woman next to us was in some shape or form societally acknowledged as more beautiful or whatever, that was already a good reason to hate her or not wish her well. So this poisoned our relationships as women. And you know, I've experienced it in so many ways as a young girl and as a teenager and in my early 20s, and it was so excruciatingly painful. It felt almost like as if earth turned up against itself. Like honestly, it's even more intense was for me than any betrayal by men. And so, you know, I think we all have our own unique pains and struggles, so then they can initiate us into something that we were meant to step into. And you know, when I started teaching Kundalini yoga about 7 years ago, I would hardcore resist to teach just for women, because again, I was saying, we are the soul, we are the infinite, we don't need to talk about genders. Like there was a big resistance block in my nervous system. And you know, it took me a long time to practice, and then have so many women come to me over the last 7 years of teaching and like demanding from me to start teaching specifically for women what I embody. And only after like a lot of demands, and really just seeing in my classes 80% is women. and just finally kind of saying, okay, let's do it. And, just to give you also another angle, when I've tried maybe 10 years ago to get together with women and go into women's circles, I've also had my fair share of disappointments and feeling like it's a bit phony and it's pretentious and it's showing something, but it's not going really deep. Or now it's commercial and people are just making money with this. Or they're saying all the right things in a circle, but then you call them outside of the circle and then there's just total block on the wall. And so I don't know how many of you guys have experienced any of that. I actually would love to hear from you now in the chat, and not turn it into some kind of a victim bonding situation, but really just acknowledge as women what have we been going through. Because if we women are fighting and looking at each other as threats, we're too busy plotting against each other and having not enough time to actually evolve on our own, and also to share our wisdom with each other. And so I shared in one of my recent Instagram posts that I had this vision in the Shivaratri ceremony. It's the ceremony connected to Shiva energy, to consciousness, so to masculine. And in this all-night ceremony, this energy like literally whispered in my ear, saying that there's a man designed by God for every woman. There's a specific soulful mosaic-like match that is designed for every woman, meaning you can never run away from your match if you become your ripe, though. But like, you have to become yourself in order to attract your match. If you don't become yourself, it's harder. And this is exactly where the karmic washing machines instead of real relationships play out. So if you become yourself, you will meet your match. And your match, no woman can take, because this match is designed perfectly for you. And on another side, if you're trying to run after a man because your ego or your projection tells, this is it, this is my man, and he's not choosing you, it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to happen. So there's this raw invitation for us to embody our courageous essence and just relax in knowing that there is a match. Therefore, no women are a competition. It's impossible. And if just tune in for that for a moment, if no women is a competition, then we can actually just look at each other as true sisters and say, would you share some of your tips? Well, this is what I know. Well, let me share this about you. Like, oh wow, you're becoming so powerful and so radiant. This is such an inspiration. Thank you. I will use some of those tools as well, and I will also rise. And so in that way, we will just grow 1,000,000 times faster. So basically, this is where I'm going with all of that. And in this particular journey today, and in the journey that it's going to go for 7 months training, I want to go with you guys, whoever chooses to dive into this journey deeply, and basically using very ancient, powerful Kundalini yoga teachings, going through each chakra and each archetype that is rooted in that chakra. I will show today in the presentation, and actually unravel your full nature as a woman. As a young little girl in your root chakra, creating a safety for your inner child. As a seductress and a wild Kali in the second sacral chakra, just a wild being. As a huntress or warrior in the third chakra, where your willpower is. As a mother, like a universal mother that can love her child, but also can love many other things and people, just unconditionally. As a shaman, here we can transmute space simply with our voice or even our presence. And here is our queen archetype, where we just actually rest in everything that we've embodied thus far that becomes our queendom. And in that way, when you actually connect to your dharma, to your true service, all of a sudden people start coming and supporting you as well. But they're not necessarily supporting you, they're supporting the dharma that you devoted yourself as a devoted queen. In your integrity and yet total devotion. So this is the third eye chakra, and then the crown is the crone. It's the ancient mother, ancient grandma that lives inside of us all. And that's where we connect to her wild wisdom of really not caring about any sexual games, any attempts to seduce and manipulate. She's just rooted in wisdom and true love that is infinite. And because she's already approaching the end of her life, there's a much higher level priority about true quality of a connection, true quality of truth, of love, and so on. And so it just gave you the brief description of those archetypes, so just so you understand a little flavor of the full spectrum of womanhood. And of course, there's a million of other archetypes that a woman can embody. That's the beauty of being a woman. And when it basically starts to get felt fully in the body, you become like this multi-instrumentalist that can play any instrument at will. And so you're not stuck under just one self-protective mechanism that then you turn into something maybe pretty or acceptable or good enough, and then you just playing kind of like a broken record, just one archetype. But actually you can try out so many different energies. And to share with you another pretty intense example before we dive into the full ceremony and practice and so on, I have been sexually abused when I was a teenager and then entrapped by one man for a year and a half, and he didn't allow me to leave him, and was sexually abusing and threatening to kill me if I leave him. And it's a whole movie about that, and how I escaped him and how I very slowly was recovering my body and my consciousness. It was a journey of lifetimes. And one of the things that actually really helped me was, surprisingly, acting training. I went into acting classes, and that's where the teacher would give me very different roles. And I would play one day a queen, and another day a whore, and another day a servant, and another day a grandma, or whatever. And I remember how I would resist specific roles, like anything of a lower class or anything of a struggling nature. I was just feeling so angry that the teacher would even give me that role, and fighting to only get the powerful role. So there was a lot of like personal work that actually goes into it when you start working on a character. But even more interesting is when I actually started really embodying those characters, this is where I understood the power. If we really believe in a story in our head and start feeling it, embodying it with our posture, dress like one, speak like one, feel like one, we become it. And then it's yours. And then you don't have to get stuck with it. But if you want it, it's there. And so it's just that initial discomfort of trying things out. But then when you try it, when you fully embody it, then it's with you. And so I will give you much more, guys, today as we're going to go one by one through each chakra. And at first, I just want to also to feel in to all of you into where you're coming from, what's your name, how are you feeling, and why exactly did you feel called to come here. For me, it's also very important because I came with the one intention to share some things with you, but I want to feel into what's actually in the space. What would you like to heal? What would you like to activate? How do you feel about the relationship with women, maybe? Has it been easy? Has it been difficult? What is it like for you to be a woman? I know it's a lot of questions, but just pick the one that touched something inside of you and then just write it here so we can all connect. So take a moment to write. I'm reading now the question from Natalia. Where did you learn this? Through life. And actually, this is exactly what I will be inviting all of you in this training. Every single woman has a profound, very deep knowledge in her womb. Every single one of us. That's our superpower, and that's why the controlling systems were horrified of women. And that's why women have been suppressed and burned on fire and forced to kind of succumb to just play a little housewife. And nothing wrong with an empowered housewife, but the one that is actually respected and honored as a true, powerful woman of the house. And so when you start doing these very mystical practices and really connecting to that wild energy, Kundalini, inside of you, this is exactly what I teach, and you guys can experience it today in the practice. You become a wise woman, which is a wise woman. And visuals come, structures come, deep understanding of cosmos comes, everything comes. We are, as women, are that powerful. All we need to do is just close our eyes, take a deep breath in, feel our womb. You know, it's those little hunches when we have, it's called gut feeling, or when we're in a period, sometimes people say, oh, she's so emotional. Well, we just feel even deeper. And if we feel some pain and we feel some anger, it's because our womb kind of like extra illuminated it for us. So women has this incredible power to understand the whole structure of the universe. So the ultimate gurus of the universe are actually mothers. Of course, they create life and they know exactly how to dance with it right away, instinctually. And they can feel so deeply and they can speak in the invisible realms to the soul of the child. So women are incredibly powerful. And so in this training, I want to, for all of us, celebrate ourselves and each other and go so deep into our psychic that by the end of this training, you guys all feel like the most powerful, badass, goddess, queens, like wise women possibly. This is my biggest mission in my life. And in the beginning, I was more kind of like leaning towards, just awakening of humanity. And then, it took me years of resistance. I understood, well, I am a woman, I'm in a female body. And I went through a lot as a woman. And I have so much to share with women to come back to the power as well. So I'm so excited for us to dive into this. I'm just going to read a few comments to feel into you. Megan, I'm here to activate my queen and grandmother. Have found my mission and purpose at the same time. Wanted to find balance with husband-wife relationship. It seems like two separate journey. To find a balance in it, yep. Ellen, hello, my name is Ellen from Hong Kong. I would like to strengthen my lower chakras, release fear, anger, lower chakras. Yes. Melissa, I left a marriage after having lost myself completely inside of it, started meditating, and it helped eliminate illusion for me and open up spiritual gifts and trust in my intuition. And so I've been continuing to explore that in sacred sexuality, sexual energy, and harnessing that power. Yes, powerful, powerful. If any of you guys want to type more, feel free to type. This is so beautiful when, we really share. And this is already the ceremony begins, when we can actually start understanding we're not alone. Every single one of us is going through some intense initiation, and it may not be seen by anybody, and we are right now going through it. And maybe we're just breaking in the most intense karmic curse, ancestral curse that is sitting in our body. Maybe we're trying to heal ourselves from very heavy trauma, maybe from mistreatment, maybe because we're just simply struggling financially. And because of that, there's not enough spaciousness for us to actually relax and be on our own. There's so many factors for us to actually find the time to be like, I'm here by myself and I'm going to honor this vessel and I'm going to connect to God and I'm going to choose how I'm going to act from this space on a moment by moment basis. This is a revolutionary act for a lot of us to even get an opportunity to organize this. And women that are already committed to family and to work and whatnot, it's almost like stealing those moments. And so this is one of the things that I want to share with you today through the practice, that you will see that if you do this practice, even for 30, 40 minutes a day, it can completely change your life and your consciousness. And then it gives you much more access to that Shakti Kundalini power from which everything is possible. I'm going to read a few more comments. Okay, Constance, I'm from California. As an older woman, I have mostly other women in my life at this point. I'm here because my relationships with men have always been unhealthy. And now I push away from men. I would like to find balance and maybe entertain the idea of romantic relationship. Beautiful. Thank you for speaking into it. Lucia, I work with the divine feminine, expressing the new forms of being a woman. I'm always interested in other women working on the same. Yay! Feminine rising. Let's do this. Janice, hello, I'm Janice. Spent many years in codependent relationship. Yep, trying so hard to make it right because of my misbelief conditioned from childhood to serve your man. Yep, been there, done that. And now I'm on the journey to be me, empower myself. Powerful. Jana, I'm here to activate my shaman. I'm becoming a birth doula. Feel so cool to help women have empowered birth and become empowered myself. Amazing. By the way, guys, I have a guest teacher here in this training that's coming in the second week. She's a full-on mystic. When she works with women, even if they never could get pregnant, she gives them those initiations and they just get pregnant. She's so connected to this specific realm, so I invited her to be the guest speaker and give the full transmission to everyone who will join. So I'm so excited myself as well. Joanna, my husband recently had a baby with my ex-friend, via IVF. They didn't ask my permission. I want to work on forgiveness and letting go from Netherlands. Wow. Pamela, greetings. I'm Pam from Cleveland. I love women's circles. I'm a widow of 5 years, married 43 years, mother, grandmother, wow, great-grandmother. As the elder in my family, I'm here to learn additional practices to maintain my true self and purpose. Oh my goodness, how beautiful. I love this so much. By the way, midnight here right now. X has started the sale of the business and has been saying very cruel and dismissive things when I know the awesome things, and consistently I'm ready to be free and not worried about rocking the boat. Boom. From Sydney, Australia. Powerful. Natalie, yesterday I was exactly talking about how difficult it is to make friends with women due to program judgment we have. Yep. Mia, I have never fully owned my family. Hi, Mia. Since due to similar experiences as you, I would like to heal all the wounds, especially around my sacral chakra. I want to find my deepest forms of self-expression and truly trust self and others. From California. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. This is so powerful. Like, see, when we just already share in a space, we understand that, gosh, we all in a way struggle. But again, I don't want to make it about, like, turn it into sob story, but rather use it as a manure that we will use for our own garden. And I, as a woman, had so many really great, really righteous victim stories. They were so greatly justified. Like, I was abused. I'm coming from poverty. Nobody ever helped me financially. I came by myself to America. I met so many abusive men. They used my social security. They almost killed me. Like, I had so many stories, and they're true. But now the question is, what am I going to do with the stories? Like, am I going to let them poison me and tell myself this is a good reason for me to collapse? Or am I just going to turn it around and use it, my ferocity, even my sacred anger, and put it into work, put it into service, put it where it actually can be transmuted into love and into inspiration? And this alchemy from the deepest pain to the deepest love, honestly, I don't know a greater joy. And it's been warming my soul so much, connecting like that and awakening together and expanding together. So truly, thank you so much, everybody, for sharing. I'm going to read maybe 2-3 more comments, and then we're going to dive right into the practice so we can enjoy the full effect of this journey. Savannah from Minnesota, I'm working towards my spiritual journey and becoming a healer. Just got back from 12 days in Hawaii and many awakening experiences. I'm Anishinaabe and Native American. Wow, from Minnesota, amazing. And finally accepting my path of a medicine woman. Yes. So currently putting in the work of healing myself and learning so I can do that for the world. Beautiful. There's a Canada here. I have 3 kids, married a beautiful man who raised our children while I was able to pursue my passion of being a film TV producer. I supported my family and have since built my own house. Wow, 12 minutes away from family farm. I feel the need to live on my own, and my husband loves living on his own. We see each other every day trying to practice the divine masculine feminine. Wow, amazing. We're all sovereign beings. This is epic. Natalia, I recently got a marriage proposal, but I had to reject it with love. But then I told him I deserved better. And then I wanted to be with a man, not a boy. And he started to insult me with cheap shots, using my vulnerable part against me. And I cannot get it out of my mind. Oh, heart. Yeah, actually today I propose for us to do one of the most powerful kriyas that is designed to remove all sexual hooks out of our aura, starting from the childhood, maybe even some sexual weird projections, then all of our ex-lovers, and then just overall, actually, not just sexual, but overall any entanglements that we have with people that we think we owe them something. It could be our relatives, it could be someone that is just really hard to talk to, but for whatever reason, we're kind of like stuck with them. And that energy actually controls us because people make projections of us. And when the projections are very strong, our soul gets constricted and actually it starts to act like people's projections. It's a weird thing with us malleable energetic creatures. So this kriya is designed to remove all of the nonsense out of your nervous system. It truly is one of the most powerful practices. So I'm excited to share it with you. Beautiful, and I'm just gonna read one more and then I'm gonna go. Inessa, I'm here because I'm learning something that I never know before in England with my family. 2 kids, I want to heal my boy. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so grateful, and I feel so just connected, and yeah, grateful that you feel safe to share and feel safe to connect. It's really here in my heart. So let's come back to ourselves. And I've noticed, like in some of the groups, in some of the messages, we talk about men, of course, because we women, we open up And then sometimes we get entangled, and it's connected to our self-worth and also continuation of our bloodline. So there's so much in it, and we will unravel it deeper today in the practice itself. I've noticed in some of the things it's good to talk about them, but some things it's better just to do them, and then you experience them in your bones. So before we do the full Kundalini yoga practice, let me just share with you a few visuals. So let me see if I can share the screen. I will ask my friend Lily to allow me to share the screen. And then I will share with you guys a structure. First through stories, through archetypes, like with visuals, just so you can kind of feel them and see them. And then actually through the very yogic, mystical tools, so you understand that there's actually very profound, very deep teaching in place. And it's not just conversation. Conversations could be good too. We transcend a lot. If women open the heart and we just honestly speak in a circle, we're already healed. So that's beautiful. But let's dive into the visuals. So first one is, I just want for you to feel into it, because it's beautiful. I said it so quickly just a few minutes ago, and you all already picked it up, and I even chose your archetypes a lot. So the first archetype that we will be working on for the first week, and today we just kind of like in a final meditation, we will imagine how we move through all of those archetypes and actually just become one pillar of light. So you can today receive a little taste in our ceremony and the gift. But if you want to join the training, which begins on July 7th, you will see we will go through all of these archetypes each week. And so first one is the maiden. So it's the root chakra. It's our inner safety. It's our inner little girl. So if there was ever a time when you didn't feel safe as a child, which, you know, the planet we're on, a lot of humans unfortunately still don't feel safe as children. If there was any aggression in the house, if there was any insults, if there was any shutting down, there's a pretty high chance that our innocent little girl shut down and started to feel like she needs to either be aggressive or to put on a shield or to do everything herself, or she needs to work really hard to earn love, which is the precise reason why from that place then we chase unavailable partners or straight up abusive partners. It's all coded in a childhood. And so, you know, it's the ground, it's the foundation. And so usually root chakra is one of the most intense ones, because we have the heaviest pain there, and it's hidden in such subtle subconscious realms. And so one of the things that we will be doing is during each Zoom call, we will be going with you through the healing hypnotherapy session. And this is something, by the way, I have never done. I've only done it with my private clients, but something just came to me that it's time to do it in groups, but now only with women. So something is coming here. So this is the first energy. We will fully, and when we do it, I will also give you access to my full Kundalini yoga training, which is beautifully recorded. I will show it to you here as well. There's an hour Kundalini yoga class. You can just press play and play anytime with music, beautifully recorded. You can just put your headphones and travel into mystical realms in your consciousness. It can be done just sitting on the couch. Most of Kundalini yoga, it's not like normal yoga when you have to do a lot of postures. It's more about yoga of consciousness. So your consciousness actually changes and your breathing changes and you start getting more and more life force in your body. You will see more as we practice today. So the first one is the maiden. Second one is the seductress. And here the second, it kind of splits. The same with uterus and kind of like the feminine aspect, right? Like it's double. And it's also duality. This is if we're talking about it as a structure of creation. First, we begin with one, root chakra, entry into the game. Congratulations, you entered the meat-suit in the cosmos. Let's play. Now, second, let's co-create. Let's make love. Let's create art. Let's even maybe fight with someone. Like second chakra is like that. It wants to co-create with something and with someone. So it's seductress. And so the invitation here is to get, you can get naughty. You can get interested. You can get curious, it could be played in so many ways, not just one, like femme fatale. I mean, here I chose Sharon Stone, what's her name, Sharon Stone. She's powerful, and she has her own archetype, but seductress can be in so many ways. And usually it's honestly when the woman is relaxed and natural and radiant and so relaxed in her body, this is when she's the most seductive, because actually she doesn't care about seducting anyone. This is the ha-ha conundrum. But then there's another part of this archetype. And again, so just so you know, as we're going to go through each chakra, you will be fully welcome to embody it. So as a little girl maiden, you will be invited to do the ponytails. You'll be invited to ride around your house and take yourself on a little fun adventure around the tree, or go into the sandbox, or go walk around and look at trees or insects, or catch a frog. Like every archetype, the invitation will be allow yourself to fully embody it and see what you unpack there. Get yourself out of the normal way of being how you used to be, so you can unpack yourself much wider. And that's beyond the Kundalini practices that explode your Kundalini energy, but in a good way as we go along. So this one is second with seductress, but second chakra, sacral chakra, it's a very explosive chakra for many reasons, because of the sexual trauma and sexual abuse and manipulation and everything that happened to women for thousands of years. I mean, we can't deny that many wars that took place, that when the men would from one country take over another, they would go and they would take over the village and they would rape their women. That was literally their way of establishing their power. So women have been abused beyond the beyond. I mean, in my family, we went through World War II. Both of my families, both of my grandparents from Russia and from Belarus, my grandfathers were in the war, both on the front line. I mean, it's a total miracle that they survived. It's a total miracle that my parents were born. It's a total miracle that I'm here. And so what my mom told me, that her grandmother was captured during the war and forced to walk naked on the village after she was raped, just in front of everybody. That was their form of having fun. And she completely lost her mind. Actually, she was so damaged, she never recovered from it for the rest of her life. She was like stuttering and shaky and horrified. I mean, it literally destroyed her nervous system. So like the things we women went through is a handful, and it's all rooted in the second chakra. And so within that same chakra, we're exploring the second archetype, which is Kali Ma. She is the woman who dares to embody rage. And this is another one that ain't so pretty archetype that if a majority of women is not allowed to embody, because it's not nice, because it's ugly, because it's not like pretty, or whatever could be the case, because you're gonna leave, the man are gonna leave you, everybody's gonna leave you. I mean, there's so many stories around this archetype. And I really welcome you, especially during that second week, during this training, freaking go for it. And I've noticed for myself that I couldn't reach certain aspects of my sensuality and my creativity until I allow myself to feel ancient rage in my body. Everything that happened to my body, everything happened to the bodies of sisters, everything that's happening in this very moment to millions of children that right now are being raped and trafficked in this very moment on our planet. And so this energy is sacred. It's true. It's more than okay to be angry. And so when we feel that actually gives us the impulse of power, because it's true. And from that true, we can kind of like waters, let it through, we purify our body, our consciousness, and then we can relax, rest in it, acknowledge it, and then from that take action. But if we suppress it, we actually take a lot of energy to suppress it and hide it, and then energy is just not moving. So this is one of the practices that we'll be doing, is actually letting out our rage. And it's going to be a lot about, it's through hypnotherapy, but also through punching pillows and through screaming and just moving through things somatically, so some things can actually move. And even if it's not for yourself, it's for sisters and for children on our planet, this time or before, whichever way feels most resonating with you. And so the third chakra is, again, it's kind of like, it's interesting with chakras, by the way, they go kind of like masculine, more structure, like, inner child, it's like you become your own parent, create safety. Then second chakra is like wildness, feminine, explosions, sexuality, sensuality, kalima, let's kill everybody. I mean, it's like, it's intense. It's explosive, kind of a feminine energy that goes horizontally. Then third chakra, it again goes back to the pointed nature. It's kind of almost like a masculine chakra, and it's the huntress or warrior in the solar plexus. This is your ability to penetrate things and have courage to go after what you want. This is a really big chakra, and you know, honestly, for a lot of women, it has been destroyed. Again, thanks to our lovely society, a lot of women haven't been that much embraced in their confident creativity. It doesn't even mean necessarily to make money with right away, but just go for things she wants. And so this is the chakra that will be working energetically through practices, through hypnotherapy, to actually go for things and overcome this archetype that we need to have always someone to save us. And otherwise, as if we cannot do it. This is a really big one, and it has a lot to do with just, also like this problem of being inconvenient, or being maybe too assertive, especially in the places where it's not welcomed. And yet we can find a way. We can find a way to do it in a powerful and even inspiring way. And you know, this is what I'm noticing. First, my chakra was fully suppressed. Then I gently started leaning into it, and I was almost like defensive or aggressive when I would want something. And then the more I gave like nurturing and safety to myself, the more I was able to just, in a very relaxed, playful manner, just announce what I'm going to be doing. And then I would even onboard people with that. So there is a journey, and it's absolutely possible to be in that state and showing up for something that you love. And this is where the fourth chakra, the heart, comes through. And again, it's a very feminine chakra. It's the universal love, you know, and it's our ability to mother, to take care of things. And this is what's so natural in every single woman. Even if you're not choosing naturally to birth a child, you're already taking care of things. This is just our nature. Majority of women, we want to take care of something and love something, and then we just feel much more fulfilled and much more inspired. And when we do it from a place of, I just want to be loving towards this, not because what can I get from it, it's a very magical, powerful state. This is where the quantum shifts happen, quantum total miracles happen. I've seen it so many times in my life. Anytime I choose something, be it a training or just giving my services for free in some way, volunteering or whatever, and I will just already come and I'm like, I'm going to give myself all to this. I'm going to love it so much with all of me. And it just always happens to be miraculous. So I welcome you into that space. It really is gorgeous to be there. Fifth one is the shaman and the witch in the throat chakra. And so another one, you know, it's again masculine. Penetrate the space with your voice, with your presence, with the emanation of your frequency. Another one, by the way, also all chakras are interconnected. So the second chakra is connected to the throat chakra. So if your sacral chakra is destroyed, there's a high chance you have problems with your voice, or you're being overly aggressive, or you're hiding and you're silent. So you heal this, you heal that, and vice versa. So with the throat chakra, as we know, again, not to be complaining nonstop about what's been happening before, but it's true, women have been silenced a lot of times, and our wisdom haven't been really fully honored. And so now we're learning how to speak again. And for a lot of us, it's a journey. And, you know, for other people, for men, they say, just do it, just do it. And for us, it's like a million of emotional blocks that may take years for us to actually just do it, because we're overcoming that fear. And so, and this is another, again, such a massive gift from Kundalini Yoga. What I've been practicing is we chant mantras. And you know, mystics, powerful teachers, what they do is they record mantras with their own voice. Could be simple, just repeating, chanting. And they play it in their house on repeat, on quiet, all the time. Why do they do that? They steep their whole space of the house with the frequency of their voice, which means their cells are constantly regenerated. It's been proved by science that our own voice heals us more than 40 times more than any other sound on the planet. This is also explains why people want to talk and hear themselves talk, because it actually heals them. So with chanting mantras, you start affirming that you exist. And the more you sound, the more you vibrate, right? Like, because sound makes vibrations. So your whole glandular system and your whole body starts to move, it starts to awaken. So all of the juices that secrete from activated glands start moving through your body and regenerating your cells and activating your consciousness and activating your Shakti, your Kundalini. So in the throat chakra, it's one of the most powerful tools there is as a human being. If you can shape words precisely, with passion, with clarity, you can do anything. And so here we're just gonna be practicing. We're gonna be invited to speak into what we choose to claim into the space. Even we're gonna practice how to do it succinctly, with lots of clarity. And before we speak, we will be connecting to our womb, to our heart, to our full apparatus, and then from that space, shooting like an arrow that is so specific and so clear. So this is where we go with shaman. And also, of course, you can heal the space. So anytime your frequency is pure and rooted in truth and true care and for the upliftment of the space, your simple presence and then the sounding of the voice is already healing. That's the magical part. And we as women, we are actually natural healers. The only time when we not heal is if we're in a state of fear and we're collapsing. But even then, if the woman is in total integrity, she can inspire someone even when she's on the ground collapsing. That's how powerful we are. So we will connect deeper to this energy, but this is a really huge one. 6, the queen in the third eye chakra. So this is our intuition and our intuitive guidance, and here, like, I chose the image, like she's kind of like, she's almost in her inner world and she guides from that space. So what she has become by 6th chakra, by 6 weeks of practices and activating all of your system, what's happening is actually you becoming the vessel of the divine. So it's not you, human woman, that is making decisions. It's actually the divine is becoming so strong in your body and communicates so clearly to you the best steps for your highest timeline that now you're like a glove of God. You just do the thing. And because it's connected to the divine, it will be coming from a deeply honest, creative, and uplifting space, which by nature puts you in your own throne. And when you are in that integrous service that comes from clarity, you by nature start to attract people that want to support the mission you own. So it's not that, moody queen that summons her servants, and tells them what to do. It's not that. She's just the vessel. The divine is moving through her, and other people feeling her purity, feeling her integrity, are so deeply inspired that come on to support the mission itself. They feel inspired. And so the integrity and love is the key here. And of course, connection to the spirit, which again is done through meditation. I will show you all the tools to Kundalini yoga a little bit today, of course. It's really mystical the higher we go, the more mystical it gets. And the final win is the crown and the crown chakra. And this is, as I mentioned, is this ancient woman who doesn't, excuse my French, give a flying fuck anymore about any sexual, manipulative, seductive games. She doesn't care. She's in that phase of her life where she's just here to love and to share wisdom. There's no many other priorities at that point. And because of it, she's incredibly powerful. She already has a collective wisdom. She understood where the lessons are. She also probably embodied a huge chunk of compassion and forgiveness by that time. And she can just be the pure channel of light and wisdom, which is why it's so incredibly important to honor elders and our divine, wise family members that are here to share with us so much, And again, there's been this modern culture, the obsession with youthfulness that completely kind of attempted to reprogram consciousness that when you get older, you become somehow less valuable, especially as a woman. And it's actually the opposite. The woman becomes a professional witch by that time. She understands so much. She felt so much. And I mean, there's a few participants here that shared like your grandmother or even great grandmother. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, I can only imagine how much I can learn from you, and all of us can learn from you just from simply moving through life and showing up and loving. So this is this archetype. And the interesting part about this is, I've done it already many times. When we go into hypnotherapy session, we connect to this archetype. So even if you're a young woman, you can talk to your old wise woman inside of you and ask her for advice, and she will give it to you, and it's going to be so good. And then you just got to act on it. And this is the superpower, that we as women, we can travel multidimensionally through all archetypes and choose from which we act, from which we speak. So this is from our archetypes of the actual characters. And then I will show you in a moment the yogic practices before we start actually doing them. But I want you to show a little bit of a structure. I just love how easy you make it sound. Yeah. Well, you got to start somewhere, and then you just get excited. And honestly, I think like when you do it in a group of people and we support each other, I mean, in my trainings, we'll always have a WhatsApp group and we talk every day. You don't have to, but you're welcome to. And we support each other and we inspire each other. And so it becomes like this wild, playful game. You're not on your own. You're here to expand, to play, to share difficulties and all of it. So this is about the feminine archetypes. Now I'm going to share with you guys another kind of a epic secret portal. And within that, it took me honestly my whole lifetime to embody it to the degree that I'm embodying it right now. But especially last 7 years, I've been going deeper and deeper and deeper in those tools. And I want to share them with you so you understand the deep, profound wisdom that I would love to share with you, so you have the tools. Because women, sometimes we can talk about things like, yeah, I want to be more stable, or I want to be more grounded, or I want to attract a better partner. Yes, we all want it, and sometimes we want it for a very long time, and situation still stays the same. Why does it stay the same? Because our subconscious haven't programmed at all. Just our conscious keeps saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. But subconscious is not shifting, and somatically, physically, we're not changing much. So that's the very reason why we attract what we attract. Conscious, it's like a cover for the candy, like a paper on the top of it. But the candy inside of it, that's the actual subconscious. And we gotta have a taste of that to understand how to like chew on it and transmute it and digest it and actually work with it so powerfully. I actually want to share with you one archetype that came to me. It's a metaphor. I don't know if you guys have been working with tarot cards. This is not a big part that one of the trainings I've done. I've merged Kundalini yoga training with tarot card training because they're actually very correlated. 21 main cards in the main tarot deck correlate with every three characters of tarot, correlate with each chakra. So there are 7 chakras, 21 characters. Surprise, surprise. It's all matching, of course. And then we go through all the archetypes. And there's one archetype, a tarot card. It's called the Strength. Sometimes it's number 11, sometimes it's number 8. It's a woman on a lion, and it's the only tarot card that actually has an animal that is capable enough to eat a human being. And so she's sitting on this lion. And the meaning of this card is the woman who got control of her animalistic instincts, and she understood how to guide them. She's not at the mercy of her sexual urges or every emotion or every anger or every insecurity. She feels them, definitely. She honors them. And then she sits with them and she transmutes them into strength, into clarity. And then she chooses where to direct that energy and how. That woman is insanely powerful. And so this is the archetype that I want to hold for you, even if you forget absolutely everything from today's masterclass. Remember this, and then you can just look up this 11th card. And actually, I even feel inspired to share with you some words about this from one very mystical tarot card book, specifically on this archetype. Really, if we master this, anything is possible. And so now I'm going to share with you the tools on how to master it. And it's through the tools of the Kundalini yoga and meditation. Those ancient mystical tools that really are something else. I mean, in my life, it changed absolutely everything. I moved from New York to Bali. I switched from traumatized, still kind of neurotic woman to very joyful woman. My hair used to be all broken and destroyed, and now growing. I used to look older, now I look younger. I mean, there's just so many things, you know, like I used to do the job that I was just kind of stressed about, and now I only do what I love. I used to didn't have any loving community around me, and now I have so many people that embrace me. And honestly, it's all because of these teachings. I just went for it. When it was Corona, I practiced Kundalini yoga for 5-6 hours a day, guys, just to give you a sense of how crazy I was about it, because it was just changing everything so fast. And so I would wake up at 3:30 a.m., drive to practice, and I would practice with my 3 friends for 6 hours from 4 a.m. till 10 a.m. And the shifts that we started happening in consciousness and therefore in our life were insane. I can just write a book and make a movie about it, but right now I'm just going to share with you the tools. So the tools are the yogic tools, and I will run pretty quickly because all of it is part of the training, but just so you understand what's in it. And even if you just take it for yourself and then study it somewhere, I think it's going to be one of the most powerful wisdom sharings you probably will receive, because if any human being can understand how to master their energy and expand their consciousness, that human being can do anything. So here's the tools. The first one is pranayama, breath. The deeper we're breathing, the deeper our whole body is expanding and a consciousness. There's so many mystical tools about it, and in Kundalini yoga we breathe in a very different way depending on what chakra, what energetic center or gland do we activate. So chakras is not just some like mystical made up story, it's actually connected to glandular system in our body. And the reason why a lot of people have autoimmune diseases is because their glandular system is not activated. It's actually totally dormant. So their body is imbalanced. They only have 2 lower chakras, sexual organs working, the rest is not open. That's the reason why also people have diseases, because the whole body is actually not working at its full prime, because they don't know how to fully breathe, they don't know how to fully move and open that up. So pranayama, moving your breath, is the first one. Second, movements of the spine and overall the movement. Spine is holding our life force. So if you learn how to do it and move correctly, you open up again vestiges of hidden superpowers in your vehicle called human body to such new levels that honestly it's hard to put into words until you start experiencing it in your body, and you will experience it a little bit today. Third one, mudras. We use fingers, we put it in specific positions. Why? Because there's energetic channels that move in through our body. So when we hold fingers in a specific way, we send out specific energetic kind of combination, and that again sends out to a specific part of the body. Sometimes, like this is a classic one, Gyan Mudra. It balances our sympathetic and parasympathetic system, right and left brain, and we become very balanced, very clear. One of the simple ones. Bandhas. Bandhas means lock. So we lock a lot our root lock, meaning at the end of each kriya or practice, we take a deep breath in. Even try it with me right now. Hold your breath, open your shoulders, and now lock your root lock, which means squeeze your anus, your sexual organs, just hold it, kind of like a bathtub. And now close your eyes and look at your third eye point, kind of like as if you're looking upwards and inwards, and you just stay in there for a moment. Hold in the posture, hold in the breath, hold in the root lock. And then let go. Relax. And again, when you're empty, hold the breath again. Squeeze your root lock, meaning squeeze your anus, your sexual organs, your low abdominals. Open up the shoulders, focus on the third eye point. Stay again here. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And even now, just for a few moments, notice that the body is already just a little bit more balanced, a little bit more in a center, grounded in its natural presence. This is one of those tools, bandhas. It allows us to move our life force the way we want to move it and let it go, and we create a specific flow that expands. Another tool is mantra. It's a very mystical technology. You know, in the Bible, everywhere it says first there was a word. So when we say specific things, we code reality. When you start saying specific mantras that mean specific, really magical, beautiful things, and you repeat them and you feel them with your heart and you envision them, sooner or later you become them, and then you see its reflection in your reality. This is really one of the quickest tools to transform your reality. Pick good mantras, and I will share some with you for sure. Repeat them, chant them, sing them, feel them with your heart, and just watch your reality transform. There's so much that I can say about it more, how it changes your physiology because you touch things with your tongue and it activates your pineal gland, pituitary gland. There's so much to it. Biologically, physiologically, psychologically, mentally, of course, you stop distracting yourself and you're just saying one thing, which means you're collecting your attention in one place and already becoming powerful simply by concentrating. Anyways, next one, drishti, focus gaze. When we look on our third eye, we collect our energy here and we activate our pineal gland. In Kundalini yoga, we use it a lot. Visualization. The more we visualize beautiful things we want to create and specific energies, the quicker they come into fruition. This is just the imagination and creation 101. And very important, total relaxation. After each kriya, after each movement, we completely relax. And we say this thing in Kundalini yoga. When you do the movement, it's like you call God on VIP line. We usually do the movement for like 2-3 minutes. And then we hold the breath, how we just did, root lock, third eye. And God picks up the phone and he looks us straight into the face, on FaceTime, with the eyes closed. And we recognize, of course, we are God, Goddess in human form. And when we breathe out and let go, God talks to us through us. And we have the most beautiful, deepest realizations, forgiveness, aha moment, giggles, tears, release. It's so good. It's so, so, so good. You'll see it today in the practice. So just to give you a quick little rundown, because I really want to get to the practice, guys. This is, we still have another hour, maybe 10 minutes. Okay, so this is all the chakra system. And as I said, every week we're moving through different things. So why are we doing it? Ultimately, we want to activate the full human body. So we become our total potential. And as women, we're going to do it in our own, more wild, more feminine, more raw way, rather than just the aesthetic monks. And when we're going to speak every week on Zoom call for about 3-4 hours, it's very deep sessions. We go into the theme, we do the hypnotherapy, and then we share, and then we speak, and then we write. We really program reality. So it's like a mystical cauldron of transmutation happening there. And so every chakra is responsible for different energetics. So if you can take a look on the root chakra, it's fear or survival. On the sacral chakra, pleasure, or it's blocked by guilt. Third chakra is the willpower, or it's blocked by shame. Fourth chakra is the love, but it could be blocked by grief, which, by the way, why a lot of us are hunching. Try to open your heart and your chest. Just check with yourself how you're feeling. Fifth deals with truth, or it could be blocked by lies. You lying to yourself or lying to someone else because you're scared to be fully truthful. And then sixth, the divine insight. This is when I said when the queen is connected to the full collective guidance from the universe, or it could be blocked by illusion, by confusion, by fears. And then the last one is, oops, I moved to the other one. I can't see the thing. Cosmic energy and ego attachment. So this is where it's the final let go. This is what people call enlightenment. If you're capable of fully surrender into the divine guidance, which could get pretty intense, in the sixth chakra, sometimes your divine guidance can tell you, move to another country and become Mother Teresa. I'm not saying everybody will have that message, but you may. And then the question is, will you surrender into that? And so some people may totally surrender, but different people have different guidance. And so the idea is to fully surrender in it and to become the vehicle of God. And then there's other teachings that I add throughout the training. Right now, I'm not going to give you full details, but it's Jinkies. It's a very powerful teaching based on human design. You will receive your own profile and you will understand yourself through chakra system, but by Jinkies. So it's a root chakra, it's a second chakra, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It's a full, very specific system that allows you to understand yourself on such a deep level based on your specific time, place of birth, and so on. It's a profound teaching. I discovered it around now already maybe 10 years ago. changed my life in the ways that's hard to describe. So I'll tell more about it just in the training. And just to show you guys how the chakras work itself and how I reveal them in the class when we go through it. For example, root chakra, I describe the meaning. What does that mean from the Sanskrit language? Where exactly is it placed in the body? What does it mean astrologically? What planet? What is the plane? Physical, astral, so on. What is the sign, again, astrologically? What is the color, obviously? Because we really start connecting the dots and seeing that those 7 chakras are actually just structure of creation. It's 7 notes of the week, it's 7 days, 7 notes of the music, 7 days of the week, and so on. There's very specific chakras, and we all kind of represent the same imagery. Day of the week, Monday, sound, C note. When it's unhealthy, how do you feel? Fearful, ungrounded, unsafe. When it's healthy, feeling safe, stable, and secure. Archetype, inner child, parent, and this is exactly what I was sharing from the women's perspective. It's going to be the maiden, the innocent one. And then the sense from the yogic perspective, what it means, the smell, the nose, the anus, and God, goddess, Brahman, and Brahmini. Anyhow, there's so much knowledge, and right now I just wanted to give you a little flavor of what I'm talking here about and about this teaching so you can understand what's happening here. And basically the way I teach is, I always connect to the theme of the training, and then I just deeply guide the field because I'm ready for it. It's an interesting thing with me, but I'm ripe, and then it comes out of my mind or heart in my meditation, and then I announce it and it's happening. And then we use all the mystical tools that I already have and on the top of what is actually the theme. And so this is our theme for this one. On the top of the access to this incredible training, and by the way, guys, let me show you this one last thing so you understand actually how those teachings work. So you will see what you will have access to. This is really the training that I put so much love into since 2020. There's many practices. So see, on each chakra we have Kundalini yoga class, the lecture, the meditation practices, the guided journaling, the royal rituals. And so you will have access to all of this training for a year after. So you can actually, after we finish the training, you could go at your own pace and do it again and again until it's anchored in your system. And every class is set up with just so much love. I recorded it beautifully in Bali with amazing music, with amazing everything. And really, it's like you turn it on and you have a training at your own home, always. And this is really a superpower because we don't want to be dependent on anybody. We just want to do the thing.
Eyes closed.
And so see here, it's like we're entering into meditation there. My eyes are closed. This is one of the Kundalini yoga practices, and so on. And so just so you see how it's done. So there's classes, and then there's also royal rituals, which we also do for each chakra. It's a specific, so to speak, homework for each chakra different. Root chakra, it's a lot about grounding and clearing. So we're going to clean the space. We're going to make home very cozy, connect to the Mother Earth, cook for yourself. And it's all going to be done within the context of the little girl, the maiden. So it's a really massive training. I'm not going to go into it further because it's too much information. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just giving you the full structure. I'm going to give you all the practices. You can do them throughout our training, and then you can do them for a year and really ground them into your practice. And I hope that it will become yours. And then you're not dependent on me or on anyone else. You will just have the tools that will always bring you back to the highest state of consciousness. And yes, Lisa, thank you so much for joining. And Lisa, let me just send you the link. Well, hold on a second. Maybe Lily can send you the link right now for the training itself. So you can take a look because we begin on July 7th. And I just want you to have it. Hold on a second. I don't know where it is. I think Lily has it. Lily, maybe you can send it here in the group. Thank you so much. And then you can take a look. And I will also share with you here 50% discount, which I'm only giving on this call. So if you got it, you got it. The 50% discount is Shakti Love. All right? Enjoy. Just so you have it before you exit. And feel free to reach out to our team or to my email, which is aliciana@godsatplay.com. And then you can ask me any questions you want so you don't miss out. All right. So guys, this is basically the practice. We have Zoom calls every week, and we have WhatsApp on which we hold each other accountable and we help each other rise. It's a deep alchemical cauldron. A lot of things are shifting there, and through hypnotherapy, we move a lot of ancestral subconscious energies. So for now, I think I'll stop talking. If any of you guys have any burning questions, feel free to ask. And from there we're going to go straight into the practice. So I want you to actually now experience it. I don't want to be okay remote until after August. Do you do restart at some time? Restart, like, will I do it one more time? Is that what you mean, Alve? I may. We're also going to have all the recordings of our Zooms. So theoretically, you could just receive the recordings. But if you want to be the one participating, I'm probably going to be hosting more. It's just, every time I host something, I change as I change. So this time was the theme because it felt very relevant for me. I feel like I am finally embodying the woman I've been wanting to embody for a very long time, and I feel the lessons in my bones. So I'm feeling very inspired right now to share it. So I hope yes. That's always going to expand. So that's where it's at. Yeah, there's always a way. There's always a way, for sure. All right, guys. Any more questions? Or if not, then we will dive right in. And usually, just so you know, after the practice, we feel potentially not like spacey, but like very mystical and very good. And you will be fully, deeply connected to your wild Shakti. And this is really the core of it all, We can talk about all we want about all these archetypes, and we can understand them with our mind as much as we want to understand them, or get our dopamine hits by just clicking on the right posts on Instagram. But the really mystical things happen when our subconscious and our somatic system actually changes. And so this is what happens in these practices, and also through sharing. That's another big one, when we speak into reality with courage. And so with the course, guys, today I'm giving this massive discount. Usually it's 2,222, but I put it on a 50% off on my website, 1,001.11.11. And just for this call, I added another 50% off, so it's 555. And so if you go, this 50% off on the top of the 50, which makes it 75% off, it's only going to be active for 1 day. Just let me know, guys. This is like, I always do this on Zoom calls. I just feel like a Christmas adventure. And I think Lily just shared the link to the website where you guys can take a look, and then you can use the Shakti Love thing to receive 50% off. Or I can just send you guys, to make it even easier. I have this one link. I'm going to send it to Lily. Lily, maybe you can just send here the link. It's just 555. I also created just a Stripe payment link. So if you guys just want it, you can then just click on that and send me the proof, and then you can just receive it. So yeah, 555. It's the $555 for the 7 weeks training and 1 year access to the full school training after that. And lots of guidance, lots of love, the way I teach and the way I really connect with people on the trainings, I would say it's quite different from anyone I've seen teaching online. I personally connect and meet every single student. I really know your stuff. On our Zoom calls, we each really talk, and I ask very deep, provocative, potentially incredibly uncomfortable questions, and you share them, and we all share them. And then in that way, things get unpacked on a whole other level. So you're not like a bystander that just watching, this is a webinar, so I'm talking a lot right now just to give you everything so you understand the full picture. But on our Zoom calls, there's a lot of also direct mentorship and transmutation of the energy that happens in real time. Okay, do you guys have to attend all the classes or the lessons? So basically, we're going to do it every Sunday or Monday. This is what I wanted to check with time zones. That's another thing. Depending on who is joining and from where, I usually, when all students sign up, I look at the map of your times, and then I propose a few potential calls that are comfortable for everybody. and then we choose together collectively. So it's a very kind of a family vibe. I will create WhatsApp group. I'm going to get each of your personal numbers, your emails, even your Instagram tags, so I can tag you if you want on some of my stories about our adventure. And we will, it's going to be, the call is going to be either on Sunday or Monday every week. And then we will have recording. So even if you don't make it to the call, you can just watch the recording. And then please communicate with us on WhatsApp. And then you can also, of course, watch all the practices and do all the practices. And really the key is here, of course, to do the practices and also do the assignment of that archetype. So if the archetype, is the maiden, the inner girl, the invitation is to really, really go for it. Let her play, let her cry, let her throw a tantrum, let her tell you where did she feel dropped by you as an adult woman. Where did she feel betrayed by you? I mean, it's a deep alchemical transmutation. So just please be ready. This is not like a normal training when you just kind of jump on one call and then nothing happens for the rest of your week. This is something that actually has a full capacity to fully transform your life. And it's a lot of practices and communication, so then you can be supported in your total transformation. I'm only personally interested in this kind of journeys and trainings because that's what I'm inspired by. I don't like when people would buy a course and then don't do anything. Actually, there have been students when I asked them to leave because they didn't practice, and I don't think there's a point to. It's like love making. Would you like to talk about it, or would you like to make love? Actually, it's better to make love. Actually, so the same with this deep practices. They better be experienced. And my Instagram is aliciana.ra and my email is aliciana@goddessplay.com. Oh wow, Lisa, you wrote it 11:11 in Bali time. How magical. All right, so if you have just a few more questions after this training, feel free to ask me after this. I really want for you guys to actually experience the practices themselves so you can actually understand and feel deeply what this adventure is about. So I welcome you to settle in. By the way, guys, I want you to meet Green Tara. It's one of my deepest blessings. My friend brought it for me, a tanka from Bhutan. I visited Bhutan a few months ago, and it's a really deep blessing. I deeply connected to this deity. This is a female deity from Buddhist Tibetan teachings that creates protection and blessing and just goodness in your life, so you can continue to blossom and grow. And so as I'll share with you, hopefully more and more, you will understand and deeply feel those energies. Yes, speaking about the knee issue and hard to sit and bend the knees, their modification, yes. And actually, funny enough, I have right now also a knee problem. I have a minuscule something going on. And so my left knee, actually, I can't fully bend in a yogic position. So the solution is, if you sit on a normal chair, you can bend one knee whichever way you can, but the other knee you just put down on the floor. So sit on a chair how you would just sit on a chair. And if both of your knees hurt, and then just put your both feet on the floor and then just sit on the chair. This is the magical part, by the way, about Kundalini yoga. You don't have to do anything, almost anything, even on a yoga mat. You can just sit. And a lot of things happening just with your breath, with your consciousness, a little bit with your hands, but majority of it is just with the breath and awareness, and things shift very quickly. So for the first one is, we open in this practice with a really beautiful mantra. It's called Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And you're welcome. And I want to share it with you. Sometimes I don't share because it may sound too woo or whatnot, but it really does sound, it sets you up on such a powerful trajectory because you start to vibrate. Exactly what I was sharing earlier, that if you vibrate, you heal your cells and you confirm to your own soul that you exist. There's really nothing more powerful than that in this wild game called life. And then from that space, you can create anything you want. So Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo means I bow to the beautiful creation outside of me and I fully receive it. So Om, it's like a feminine sound, and it sounds kind of like a singing bowl. It's like Om. right? And it's like NG, it kind of like almost like the tongue is up and inward. So it starts to vibrate this inner glands right away. And then Namo, and then you just, Namo means I bow, you connect to the energy, and you take a deep breath in. And then Guru Dev Namo. And Guru Dev means I bow to my inner guru, to my inner wisdom, to my inner radiance, to my beauty. I bow to my inner gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I give it consciously and with awareness and with pure intention. And so in that way, we celebrate our feminine nature to receive, to kind of soak up things as a sponge, but then also to give the masculine nature and penetrate reality with our presence, with our voice, with our creations. And we sing it 3 times. And I welcome you right away to kind of start connecting to your beautiful divine nature. Majority of the practices in Kundalini yoga are done with eyes closed. And the reason why is because we, in that way, connect our inner world and actually start feeling things on a much deeper level. Eyes are such a powerful tools, but when we look outside all the time, we actually give our energy and attention right away. And so when you close it, you kind of like conceal the container and now go inward and connect to your inner intuition, one of the most powerful feminine tools there is. Okay, so let's sit up straight. First, let's just kind of open the spine and maybe just stretch a little bit to the left, to the right. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe rise your hands a little bit and bend to one side. And then bend to the other side. And then gently open up your hands and bend backwards. Just opening up all the channels, the spine, the neck. And when you're ready and you kind of settled and your body is stretched a little bit, settle in very straight. And so this is our Maha Mudra, meaning total balance. So your spine is perfectly straight. The top of the head is aiming into the sky. The root is aiming into the earth. Chin is slightly tucked in. Shoulders open. Heart is open. And now belly is completely relaxed. Heart is relaxed. Throat and shoulders are relaxed. Face, especially face, we have so much tension here with our what we must present to the world and all the emotions we feel. So really, really, really relax your face. Let go of any tension in your head, in your hands, in your hips, and just notice ground in presence. And start breathing very deeply through the nose. Eyes are closed. Focus on the third eye point. And then deep breath out. Just deeply connecting. And from this space, let's start gently rubbing our hands together. And I welcome you to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe today's journey, or maybe it's even intention for this upcoming training. There's a powerful conversion, by the way, on July 7th. Uranus, the planet, comes at the point of 0. It's a total nullification and reset of our sovereignty and our inner clarity of who we are. Very interesting how cosmically this got planned exactly on that day. So maybe choose to become very clear of your essence, very clear of who you are, very clear of how to shine your unique, beautiful radiance to the world. And once you're ready, you press palms one against another. Take a deep breath in through the nose, eyes are closed. Deep breath out. Another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in, and we begin with the mantra. Sing with me. Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Deep breath in. Hold your breath. Lock your root lock, meaning squeeze in your anus, your sexual organs. Open your shoulders. Focus on the third eye point with eyes closed. Stay here. Majestic, present, powerful woman. And only when you're ready, let go. Relax, breathe out. And just witness how the body is much more calmer and grounded simply from chanting mantra and relaxing. And so we gently enter into communion, the spirit itself, and begin with our first kriya or action. It's called in Kundalini, by moving forward and opening the shoulders and taking a deep breath in through the nose, and then a deep breath out and closing it all through the nose. So it's eyes are closed, focus on the third eye point, and I welcome you to imagine the mantra in your mind. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, which means I'm truth. Truth is my identity. I always follow my own intuition, and you follow in your inner truth fully. And just dissolve into the movement, breath, chanting in your mind for 2.5 minutes. Enjoy it. Instead, dissolve into the movement, into the mantra, and forget who you are. Just move and breathe and chant. Enjoy the rhythm, enjoy the dance. And Last 20 seconds, the deepest breath, the strongest movement. And now take a deep breath in. Open your shoulders, lock your root lock. Focus on the third eye point, stay here, hold your breath. And relax. Let go and meditate for a few moments. Beautiful. And from here, let's gently move into the next Kriya of activating our life force in spiral movements. Move to the left against the clock and feel like you're opening all the channels. Breathing in when you go forward, breathing out when you go backwards, and expand the wave. Lean in where you haven't leaned in yet and feel like you're opening more and more channels. And as we move to the left, I welcome you to imagine what are you purifying out of your consciousness right now? What self-sabotage and unhelpful thoughts, emotions, patterns you choosing to let go of because you recognize them, you see them, you know they have lived their course, and it's time for you to let them go. And when you're ready, slowly switch the direction to your right, clockwise. Again, deep breath in forward, deep breath out backwards. And now, imagine the energies you want to see in the world and start actively shining them, emanating them into the universe. You want more love? Shine that love. You want more courage? Be courageous right now. You want more playfulness, mischief? Shine that into the universe. And when you're ready, meet yourself in the center. Take a deep breath in, open your shoulders. And now hold the breath, hold the root lock, and hold the hands in Gyan Mudra, where index finger meets the thumb. Shoulders are relaxed and stay here. Majestic, beautiful, full of love and wisdom woman. And when you're ready, let go, relax and meditate. from here, let's open up our upper channels to let go of any tension or worries in our upper space of the body. We're doing all the classic exercises in the short classes because to go deeper you need to go into the training, but they're all very powerful and effective, which is why we're doing them. And it's breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. So it's all through your nose and feel like you're dropping it like it's hot. You're letting it all go. There's no worries, there's no fears, everything just and dropping it. Strong breathing, eyes are closed, and really go for it for 2 minutes. Last 30 seconds, push it as far as you can. And now extra fast. And now deep breath in, shoulders up, hold your root lock, squeeze your face, your fist, everything hold. And let go with the sound. Relax, let go and meditate. And from this space, let's open up our heart chakras. First, just stretch your hands a little bit further. We always do this practice because really opening up our heart is probably one of the most important missions on this planet. So just open up as much as you can. And then we're going to be doing the following. Breathing in and moving to the left, and then breathing out and moving to the right, all through your nose. So it's and I welcome you to connect. What are you letting go of? What are you forgiving? Where are you ready to love a little bit more? First yourself and then others. Receive and give. Receive and give. 20 more seconds. Feel like you're opening your heart into love, into forgiveness, into acceptance. now gently meet yourself in the center and take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, focus on the third eye point, stay here. Majestic, beautiful, present woman, full of love, full of innate wisdom right here. And only when you're truly ready, let go, relax, breathe out and meditate. We're going to do 2 more movements before we settle into the presence. Let's start moving the hands outwards. Palms are up as if they're looking at the sky. And it's a breath of fire through the nose. So it's like a bird that's flying though backwards, and strong breath. Through the nose, using your belly. Feel like you're opening up more and more and more. Last 20 seconds, the most powerful. And now take a deep breath in. Hold it. And now gently breathe out and put the head back. Keep holding the hands. And now just breathe deeply while being completely open to the God, to the universe. Receive. And only when you're ready, very gently, very slowly bring your head back up. Gently put the hands on your knees and meditate. Continue to stay in this state. And from here, we're going to sing the final Kriya mantra that I mentioned to you guys earlier, that removes all sexual entanglements, all sexual traumas, any weird contracts. We're kind of cutting the cords with this Kriya. You know, even your current partner, it's good sometimes to remove them out of our field so we can actually connect to our essence, to what is actually our truth. Because as women, we take in everything. We're designed like that. And so this Kriya is like a brushing your teeth. If you do it every day, you will continuously strengthen your aura, your essence, and you will hear your heart and your voice. So it's extremely important. It's really one of my favorite Kriyas of all time. I share it often, especially with women. So the way it's done is we're kind of like as if we're throwing the water behind our shoulders, we're purifying our field. And then we sing in the mantra, Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. I'm going to tap it right now in our box over here. So it's Waheguru 3 times. and then Wahegyo, the last one. And so what it means is, it's called the miracle mantra, or the celebration mantra. It basically celebrates our essence. Waheguru, we invoke the God, the divine source, and say, hey, connect, please meet me, recognize me as you as well, I'm here. And Wahegyo is the celebration, is the unification with the beautiful source energy that we all are. And as women, we celebrate in our essence. And so, for the first, we're going to do it for 7 minutes. So in the beginning, it may feel hard, and maybe you can start feeling some emotions or letting some things go. Allow yourself to feel whatever it needs to be felt. And maybe, hopefully, at some point, you will just want to celebrate and sing out loud and just be with yourself and thoroughly enjoy it. So have fun. This is the kind of the pinnacle of the journey today. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. And just start moving the hands. And I really welcome you to sing with your heart, with your voice fully. Don't hold back. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Waheguru, 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 One last minute, the most deepest breath, the joyful singing, celebrate yourself. And now on the final one, take a deep breath in, bring the hands above your head. Hold your breath, lock your root block, relax your shoulders, focus on the third eye point and stay here. Majestic, powerful woman that knows her worth, that loves herself, that is connected to her integrity, to her wisdom, that is coming from her womb in each moment. Clear, powerful, loving, integrous woman. And only when you're truly ready, gently let go, relax, and meditate, and allow the mantra vibrate in your body, restore. And from this space, allow yourself for about 3 minutes to completely relax. You can either be sitting exactly as you are, just fully relaxing your body, your face and everything. And if you can, maybe lay down and just fully enjoy the Shavasana for 3 minutes of total relaxation. take a deep breath in into the heart. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Gently move the fingers and the toes of your body, especially if you're laying down. And then bend the right knee to your chest and do the cat stretch to one side. Stretch your body, open up your arm, your hips. And when you're ready, switch and hug the left knee to your chest and then put it all the way to the right and twist to the other side. Hug the two knees to your chest if you're laying down, and gently rock and roll forward and backwards until you bring yourself upwards and settle in. And just find a comfortable position. Find yourself in the center. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Acknowledge yourself for showing up today, for practicing, for just even speaking into the space of what you need and acknowledging it within yourself. Celebrate those steps. You may be the first woman in your generation who ever dared to request respect, to request honor, to request acknowledgement of all you care. Now from this space, let's start rubbing our hands together and allow you to feel the heat of gratitude for your goodness, for your beauty, for your innate wisdom, for your compassion, seen and unseen, for your courage, for your devotion. And then rub hands extra quick. And now put them on your eyes and gently open your eyes and receive the life force, the energy coming from the palms into your eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And again, gently close your eyes, put the hands in front of your chest, shoulders are open. And we're going to sing the closing mantra 3 times, Sat Nam, which means I am truth. Truth is my identity. I always follow my intuition. We sing long Sat and short Nam. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in, and we chant Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Deep breath in. Hold your breath, lock your root lock, open your shoulders, and stay here in the presence and the goodness and the remembrance that you're always connected to divine intelligence and divine love within. And a deep breath out. Sat Nam, thank you so much for your practice. Thank you. Allow yourself just to take a moment to come back into the body. Maybe just give yourself a good hug and say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for carrying my wild soul. Thank you for everything you're going through. Just allow this moment of intimacy to blossom. And when you're ready, you can slowly, gently open your eyes. And if you feel like it, maybe even turn on your camera. So we'll say hi to each other in a women's circle, actually, in the one in which we can see each other. So it's also so precious when we feel each other, see each other, just like, here we are, goddesses in form over here. Yeah. And I just, yeah, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear how you're feeling. Maybe what kind of visions came to you, or what are you dreaming about? Anything you feel like sharing, just please share your voice, share your presence with the space. It would be such a joy to connect with you. So whoever feels inspired, just unmute yourself and go for it. Be brave. Come.
I'm also going to be interrupted very soon. So I'm going for something came through that right at the end. I was just like, I have 3 sons. My life is like I go to women's circles and then I feel very supported by women. But my like immediate circle is so men. I've got my husband, I have my father-in-law lives next door. I've got male cats, I've got 3 boys. And what came through was just like, work is so important for my son. Like, there's something so important here to do for the men in my life.
Wow, interesting. I guess you're like the female ambassador for the male race. Thank you for doing the service, ma'am. Yeah, it's so precious. It's so precious, right? To share like actual true love with men, so then they grow up as a loving protectors of this planet instead of a lot of other things that are going on this planet right now. So thank you so much, Jana, for sharing so much love and sharing your vision. Your boy family is so lucky to have you.
I'm trying. Whoa.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Hi, Janice. I already see you on camera, so I might as well say hi.
Hi, me.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved the session. I loved oh, I haven't got the words. I just loved being loved. I felt quite loved by what we were doing. That was really nice. And for one, in the past, was always embarrassed if I put the focus on myself. It was really nice to, I don't know, just focus on myself, and I felt comfortable doing that. So that was quite a biggie for me. So thank you. Thank you all, really. Yeah.
Mm,
That's
Thank you
all.
so much, Janice. You're so wonderful. Thank you for sharing your voice and your presence.
Thank
Yeah, you have such a wonderful laugh. I just also want to say it's so contagious and so like loving, and it's like I'm instantly just activated.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's interesting because I'm a laughter yoga teacher. So that's funny that you should say that without you knowing.
Wow.
You're very intuitive then.
Alessiana, may I ask you again, how long is the course?
I said,
How long is the course?
oh, I can hear you, Dee. I don't know whether Alicia
Guys,
can.
I think that she's got some
Ah,
issues with internet because I can see that her picture froze. I don't know if it's just for me or
oh
I
yes,
will just
yeah.
wait a minute. I will contact her now. But I think that the course is 7 weeks,
7 weeks,
as I
okay.
understood. But yeah, let me just contact her. Or maybe her laptop died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you remember the start date?
she never follows, like this notifications, anything. I would just
Yeah.
contact her.
When does it start?
7 weeks.
Yeah, it starts on July 7th
Okay,
for
coming up.
7 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna just contact her, call her to see. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, her Wi-Fi. Something?
Oh, is it
Hey,
gone?
Lily, how do we get in contact with her? Lily, how do we get in contact with her?
Okay. She said she's gonna be back soon. I'm sorry. I would love to turn on my cameras, but I look not really appropriate because I was at the beach before, and yeah, I did not have time to wash my hair. So you can contact her. Wait a minute. I will share her Instagram and her email in a chat. Just give me 1 second. Aliciana, gods at way.com. Here. So here you have her Instagram and her email address. She always replies like really fast. 1 second. Oh, okay. She'll be back hopefully within a minute. All right. Okay. I've always been saying like if something is happening with the technology or like internet, that means that we're doing something great. And those
Exactly.
forces are trying,
Correct. I'm back, you guys. Yay. It's the Wi-Fi, it's the devils of the Wi-Fi that's just a little scared that feminine gets together and rises into its full totality. But we're back. It's all working out. Amazing, love. So I'm so sorry for this technical situation. So who would love to go next and share? Teddy, you look ready.
Thank you so much. It was a beautiful experience, and I felt like my whole body get lighter, and I could envision at some moments when I was like kind of like a dancing and just getting free, because that's something what I just want to remove some blockages and open up my feminine energy. And I start to feel that this kind of start to happen. So it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. Thank you so much. And I start to yawn a lot. I'm not sure what does that mean. It's something, yeah, but
It's normal.
yeah.
You connect with spirit. The same happens sometimes in shamanic ceremonies and ayahuasca or whatnot. Or when you just start connecting to such a deep thing that literally the body needs to expand and yawn and receive higher level of information. So it yawns to receive it with the breath and with oxygen. So you started to tap into those places. This is amazing. Congrats on touching it so fast.
Thank you, and thank you so much. It was
Yeah.
really
So
beautiful
much,
and
Debbie.
powerful experience.
Thank you. Thank you so much. If anyone else would love to share how you feel, and also if you feel a little shy, you can definitely send in a text box, whichever way feels good for you.
This is LOA, and I want to say everything was so good tonight, and I can see, in particular, how you're helping us move through the somatic side of it, which I find can really help move away from the intellectual trying to do this. The doing the mantras was powerful. The movement was powerful. So yeah, I just know it works, and like I'm one of those women who have a really strong outer look to the world. Like I've even had friends after a while, when I have opened up a little bit, said, I just could never get close to you because you always have everything like
Sure.
sorted. but it's so not true. I have a good front face. And I really felt what you created is where someone like me who's so tough on the outside, I really felt it. And I had like tears, which I know the elder always says is waters from the heart. So I greatly appreciate that. And I can see it's powerful. And also want to acknowledge that I can feel that what you're doing, like as they say, when we lift ourselves, we lift 1,000 others. And this is so much what's needed to address the balance and the harmony and a different way of doing things right now from the feminine perspective, whether you're a male or a female. And I too have a son, and I must say he came downstairs and he noticed, and without saying anything, he just gave me a hug. And I thought that's really quite beautiful to know, to just not try and say or do, just to hold. And then to leave, to realize that I was in a space. So yeah, may all that you do keep emanating. I'd love to be on the course. I'm packing right now. I'm leaving for America in a few hours, so I will be out of range for some weeks, but I may still do it and just come on to the recorded ones. Yeah, because I'll be away till the end of July. But yeah, powerful, appreciated.
So good to connect with you, and also so good to hear your voice. It's honestly, such an honor for me always with students. But I just have to mention earlier, like lately in my trainings, a lot of people come, they're even older than me, and they're so powerful and they're so wise. They're almost like sometimes get like thrown away to even like, okay, I really just want to show up with all of me. And I feel so grateful, that we can see each other and recognize each other goodness from all levels of experience, from all levels of ages, and just realize, God, we're in it together. Every single level is important, and we can share with each other so much. So truly, thank you. It feels so sweet to receive it from you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And also just wanted to share with you guys, I can share here the communication if you want to reach out to me or ask any more questions. I know like the call goes for a little longer and some of you need to run, so don't hesitate to send me an email at aliciana@godsatplay.com, or just shoot me a message on Instagram, which is aliciana.ra. And there you can just, reach out and maybe even have a phone call. Sometimes I feel like people need to share their personal needs or whatever it is happening with them and really want to understand if this journey is for them. So I'm fully open to connect with you. It's such a deep, intimate journey we're going into. We become family at the end of it. We know each other so deeply, sometimes even deeper than our closest relatives and family, because actually in a way, it's like a stranger that you meet on an airplane and you just tell him everything and then you never see that stranger again on the plane. It's a little bit of that energy when you enter the circles, because there's an invitation to just go deep and share everything, and you don't know most of the people, so you just go for it. And then you realize at the end of this journey, you're actually a completely different person. And now you're bonded with these humans with whom you shared so much. So it's a really beautiful experience. So I just want you guys to have it and to know it, and reach out anytime to me. I'm also going to have another Q&A on Sunday, which I will send to everybody as like an invitation if there's any additional questions, so you guys can catch up. We'll begin on Monday next week. All right, who else would like to share? Guys, I love seeing your happy, like smiley faces, like Megan, Savannah, like Mia. It's just like so much peace. I'm just overjoyed just seeing you. Adelina with someone else all together in one camera. Please come say hi.
So I just want to say thank you for holding space for this. It was very beautiful, very, very well put together. A lot of great information. For me, like I grew up not having this type of community. Like there were people out there that I knew that knew this side of the world, or whatever you want to call it, but like I never had this sort of community. So thank you for opening this up for all of us to be able to connect, to be able to bond, to have this community from all over the world, You know, that's the one thing that I love about this platform. I've learned so much and connected with so many people just through this alone. It's been a very special experience, and just this, you know, session alone has been very, very fulfilling, very nice. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Simona. It's so sweet to receive it from you. I hope you take it with you and also practice and celebrate all of your flavors, even if you don't join this training, just have it with you and remembrance. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
I'll
so
be
much.
sending you an email. I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about it because I'm very interested.
Amazing. And also, guys, the last thing that I wanted to mention, I also always offer to people payment plans. Like, I never make it like, oh, if you can't pay it, you can join. I don't do that because honestly, I received so many teachings from my gurus for free in India. And I know that's like full on proper teachings, like pure light, it's actually free. But until I'm an enlightened master in an ashram, I have some bills to pay. So I do my best to give as much as I can, you know, but I always try to meet people in the middle and find an easy whatever payment plan so nobody can ever say like, oh, I so would love to join, but I could not. So, you know, just so you know, reach out to me, we can talk, we can figure it out. Yeah. Thank you so much, Simon. Thank you, thank you. All right, who else would like to share? And also, Adelina, you guys so cute. Come over here with your hearts.
Hello, hello.
Hi, beauties.
Mania. Yes, very far away. But I've been spending 6 months in Bali and I'm just missing that place so much. I imagine you're in Bali, no? Right now?
Yes, I'm in Bali.
Yeah, I was just discussing with my friend here how we get the trust in ourselves, you know, to embody all of this knowledge and to share it with other people. How many diplomas do you need in the spiritual world, you know, to actually spread the knowledge to other people? Because we're,
Until you trust your bones. No diplomas, actually.
yeah, yeah, it's very interesting how you maybe it's a thing of a 1 day switch, and then you just know you have to, you know, take that leap, that giant step that it looks giant, but it's so small actually. Once you're awakened, then you can't go back. So we're
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm happy to share about this. You know, it's been such a journey. And when I just started to teach, you know, I was so deeply inspired because Kundalini yoga impacted me so much. You know, everything in my life changed. I was like, oh my gosh, everybody should know about this. You know, I was just so inspired. And that inspiration finally overloaded my fear that I was like, I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. And you know, the first time I launched my course, I was like scared shitless. Like, you know, like this is not good. I haven't been training for 30 years. Like, who am I to say anything? You know, and then my relatives, like especially my dad, who didn't even raise me, but he calls me, he's like, are you fucking crazy? What are you doing? Like, practice for 20 more years before I open your mouth. Like full on attacks, you know. I was horrified. And, you know, I went into the personal self-judgment every time, like there was a silence or somebody didn't respond. I took it all personally, you know. And I think it's honestly, it's part of the journey. It's just like you just gotta sit with all of this incredible discomfort and fear and like total self-judgment and self-destruction. And you know, but then the one thing that I just kept persevering, I was like, well, I at least need to practice for myself because otherwise I'm gonna go bananas. And so the more I practiced, the more my confidence in that grew because my own energetic state just kept getting stronger. And another obviously good thing that the students that kept coming to like my live classes or any retreats or anything I ever host anywhere, they come and they say, oh my gosh, I had such an incredible experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so I had to like experience it so many times to finally pick myself up and do it again. You know, once I took a break for like a year and a half. I was this scared to do it again. A year and a half, I was like not launching any programs online at all. I was just in kind of you could call it depression, but it was just like frozen state, like I'm not good enough, not yet, not yet, not yet, you know? And then again, like the build up, it's like they say in the mastery, you go on a plateau and it looks like nothing is happening from the outside. But on the inside, I'm moving towards this thing. It's just a plateau. And then finally, when it hits, it flies because now it's ripe, like a fruit. And to people, it looks like, oh, wow, suddenly now you do the thing. I'm like, darling, I've been glowing on the top of this mountain. If you only knew, like, the amount of my sad nights and tears and self whatever judgment I've experienced, you know? So really trust that this is a journey. And honestly, the journey is much easier with people around us that also are on this journey, and then we can support each other. And a few dear friends that would come to me in the right time and say, hey, I love you so much, I believe in you so much, can you please continue to share? It's insulting to the world not to share what you love. You're stealing from people by not sharing, you know? And so when I started receiving demands like this from some people that I love and respect, and I know them, you know, I was like, okay, fine, let's do it again, you know? And so many times I was also thinking of dropping this, because before in America, I was an actress and a filmmaker, and which also not terribly stable professions, but at least like more glamorous or something, you know, like I had my name and my TV shows and my contacts and whatever. And then I moved to Bali and I'm a yoga teacher and I'm spreading this awareness. And who guarantees that it ever will pay your bills and ever will anyone will really like listen to what you have to say? So unless it's inside of you and it's really like burnt through your own fire of pain, it won't resonate with people, you know? And just now when I speak because I've lived it. It's in my bones. Like no one can take it away from me. I don't care if somebody has certificates about anything. Now I only look at embodiment. Can I feel it when they speak to me? And same with me now. I speak because I know from my body, you know? So I just welcome you to practice and then listen into your body and then speak from that space. And, you know, certificates is the story of the past. You can gather all the certificates and sound very important and write all the accolades and the titles. And if people don't resonate, they don't resonate. It doesn't matter what show you put on. Now it's just this, you know? That's my share about this.
For sharing this, and thank you for the practice.
Yeah, the practice was amazing. We went through all the emotions, all the emotions.
Beautiful. Where are you from, loves? And where are you right now?
Romania. We're
Romania, and you're in Romania. Oh, amazing. Wow. You're so lively. It's so beautiful.
It's summer here, but it's so hot that we closed the curtains. So we wanted to.
Okay. You're like hidden somewhere. So funny. Oh, wow. Let there be light. Amazing. Hello, beauties. Yeah, I just really appreciate also your warmth. Like, I don't know, I feel it's like I like have like my sisters jumped on, you know, I have my youngest sister who's with me right now in Bali, Katya, and also my cousins. It's like when we jump on and we're straight to the business, you know, like I feel it with you. They're like, hey, so this is what we like this is what's up.
Because we're energized, we're very pumped.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your presence. Thank you, beauties. Thank you. Amazing. I love women. Women are the best. Powerful Shaktis. All right. Megan, you look like you're ready to share. I'm looking at your smile for way too long.
Yeah, there's work being done in my house. So sometimes there's a vacuum cleaner or like a drill going off. So I apologize for the background noises. But see? So I really appreciate it. I wanted to share, let me start over. This morning I woke up out of the blue and it was 555. So
wow.
And I'm like getting up before like 6 or 7:30. So I checked my phone and I was surprised. And I said, okay, I'm just going to keep it. Don't know what it's going to mean. And then the email for this course or this today came up. And I have missed everything that's come up for the emails. The timing has always been wrong. And today is my not office day. So I checked the time. It's at 10 o'clock. And so I was like, okay, fine. I have the time. I can't say no because I've been wanting to do something. And then we started the mantra you said, Om Namo, like 3 years ago that came into my life. And I haven't gotten back to it. But I've had this desire to actually awaken the Kundalini. So I've been working on it and practicing it and doing the Hatha yoga through Sadhguru and Isha and the Kriya yoga. So I have that background. Yeah, and then your course was offered, and the course was offered, and it was the perfect number. So I started laughing because it was all lined up. You know, I couldn't say no. And then yes, and then the last mantra, it's really where I'm at. You know, and the one thing you said that really touched was that if you're in a relationship and it's this understanding that, you know, that you're sharing space with so many people, and I'm a practitioner, I do acupuncture. So as a practitioner, you know, I'm the type of practitioner, like I have friends, I don't have patients, right? So it's still sharing that energy. And then having this new mantra is very significant for me because it allows me to be able to come back to me, come back to, you know, source. And it's a different way than just like in through Reiki practice, like brushing off and clearing. This is just more intimate, I think, rather than just like a physical thing. So I'm very grateful that in divine timing, everything has happened today, and that I'm looking forward to this course. More than likely, I'll probably only be able to do I'll try to come on when you have the week one, but the recorded one I can do whenever, so I'll be able to do that more committedly. But yeah, I'm just so looking forward. This time is changing, the world is changing, and we need more Devis, we need more Shakti, we need more divine feminine. But we have to let go of all of this generational and ancestral stuff that we've carried in this in our DNA. So I'm really finding my purpose, and I just got to cultivate, like you said, I'm going through the fire. So I believe your course is really good. Your path is going to help me to be able to walk stronger, more confidently. And I know it's through my work, but I know you have the tools. So I'm going to use your tools. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your work. And, you know, I know you've gone through some things, and it's through our experiences that we're able to come out. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, Megan, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Satnam. Such an honor also to meet you, and like something that I shared earlier. I mean, it's a gift, it's a blessing, and you know, it's this divine organization. Always, you know, when I do these calls with New Mind Start people, randomly people look at the things just at the time and arrive and say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy! Like I don't even know how I found you here. Like let's do this." I really believe there's this God that doing the thing that brings the correct souls at correct time and the correct resonance together, and things just match. We don't even need to be anything extra. We're exactly as we are. It's like, oh, thank you. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. And so, yeah, everything you share, I'm in such a deep resonance. And then, you know, this is something I was writing today in the landing page of my course, which I just wrote today. I don't know why it didn't upload yet, but I will find it. And I was saying exactly that, you know, that it's like, we women, we went through so much, like there's no question around that. And a lot of women on this planet are still going through a lot. It's just the reality of things, you know, and a lot of us are still shut down and scared or just beginning to heal, but still some weird sabotaging things keep popping. And yeah, it's the reality of things, yes, but it's like, okay, but now what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Are we going to complain? Are we going to succumb? Are we going to collapse? So are we going to just rise like badass goddesses and just explode? And I really noticed, you know, when I connect to my heart, and I even connect to even one woman, you know, like I'm in very close connection with my younger sister. I love her so much. She's right now with me in Bali. I feel like we can do anything with her. You know why? Because we love each other so much. It's just like, I got you, you got me. Anything is possible. It's such a good feeling. Honestly, it's sad to say, I don't even have it with men yet. I would love to. But so far, with like the way I'm connected with my sister is just, it's something else. It reminds you that women, that when she loves, she mothers, but I think it's the same with sisters. So Megan, let's do this. Let's heal ourselves and let's heal the world and continue to expand together. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Wow. So many. All right, loves. Is anyone else wants to share? I know
I
Mia was
would.
just popping in for a moment.
Yeah, I would.
Mia is
I'm here.
also in my other course.
I am. I can't see you. I don't know if anybody, if you could, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry. I'm on my phone and I'm not as used to it as on the internet where I can see, or on a computer where I can see everybody. Yeah, I'm in her other course and I love it. I haven't been able to participate so much live. My mom, speaking of mothers, who I love most dearly and have a connection that is really quite deep, is she's not going to be with us very long, probably about 2 more weeks. She'll be coming home, I think, today or tomorrow to go on hospice to get off dialysis. She's had a couple of heart attacks, and I moved up here about a year ago to help take care of her and my father. You can see this is extremely difficult. And the power of women and the power of connection through women has been something that I feel that has kept me alive my whole life, because Alessiana, I feel like I've had a lot of experiences like you did with men, and I want to love them very deeply, but I am so scared shitless of them. And what I want to do is love the way my mother loves me, to love other people, to love myself, and to find that ultimate resilience and fierceness and love and expression without feeling afraid of being attacked or quieted, or I just want to fly as free as possible and be the most dynamic me I can be, because I know it's in here. I know it is in here, and I'm tired of wearing the armor, and I'm ready to put up whatever I need to put up to feel free and to love as deeply as possible and achieve all of the things that I want in my life, again, without being scared of something, batting it down or criticizing it, and pretty much flip off, I want to do it with love, not like, fuck you all, but that would be fine. Whatever gets me there in the moment. But being around a group of women, and like I said, I moved up a year ago, and I don't have that many girlfriends here or around, but I did find a few, and I feel so grateful. But so thank you for holding this space and allowing your love to come in and sharing all that you share, and all of you other women here too. I'm sure you're here to learn, but I also know that you have so much to give. So I just feel really blessed to be even though I can't see you right now, I can feel you. And just thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and for being so raw and real and vulnerable. I really feel this is where it's at for us women, to actually not to be afraid to reveal our cracks, because then one, we don't feel alone. We're all going through some crazy stuff. And two, I don't know, I feel like just by being heard, we actually can be uplifted. Just at least our pain acknowledged by simply someone's listening and seeing us in it. So I see you, I feel you, and I hope we will connect with you deeper and deeper through our practices together, through sharing time together, and just really recognizing each other divinity, but also womanhood, what it is to be a woman on this planet these days, and how we're learning actually how to be a woman again in a world where a lot of us almost became men to protect ourselves because we had to also.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel like I'm having a deja vu. Like I've experienced this moment before. So magical. Like Ines, like I saw you there before. And I think you gotta talk next. Such a magical space. Ines, would you like to share? I'm gonna try to unmute you.
How to do that? I don't
Ah,
know.
perfect. You're here. You're here.
I'm here.
Mhm.
Oh, I just actually very shy speaking. Yeah, you're so amazing. I don't know. It's just I don't have words. How it's all organized and how easy you actually understand everything. I not speak English good, but I'll understand what you tell and what you write. I don't know how it's happened actually. uh, yeah, thank you very much.
Mm.
Yeah, it's amazing experience for me. Yeah, I hope I still with you go something to do. Yeah.
Mhm. Where are you from, Inessa?
I'm from Latvia.
Ah, from Latvia. You probably speak Russian a little bit, no?
Yeah, I speak Russian
Ah,
actually fully.
да.
Yeah.
Я разговариваю на русском тоже.
Oh, так.
Yes.
И, короче,
I will translate, guys, to all of you what she's gonna say.
yeah, but I live in England like nearly 20 years. Yeah.
Mm.
I have husband before, I divorced with him. I have son from first husband. After I here 10 years now live with Englishman. And yeah, it's so all happened, everything, so hard days and everything. Oh my God. And this year something with me happened. I just don't know. And you in my life, it's all like, wow. I
Divine
never be
timing.
like that. I never be like that. I be always very squeezed and shy and never talk, Oh, I just can't. Yeah. And yeah, something happened with me and I'm just so happy now with all this what happened. Yeah, I many teaching something. I never do that before. I be busy with kids. So busy. So many everything. Yeah.
Nessa, I think you're ready. It's like your life has been preparing you and maybe even
Yeah.
pushing you, and you're finally ready to practice and to show up for yourself and open up your voice and share yourself.
Oh yeah, I won't sing. My God, I have voice. I didn't know it. Oh my God, I can wow. All neighbors, all neighbors put nose in my garden now, listening what I'm here doing. So strange for me, and they annoying me. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I have yoga vocal course. Wow, it's amazing. Just wow. Good.
So beautiful. Nessa, I'm so glad that you started to choose yourself and started to follow in your intuition and your curiosity and your natural tendencies, because all of us women have
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you shared. Otherwise, you probably would be like hiding, but I'm glad I invited you and you were just.
I 10 years don't have friends. Like no friends around.
It's like, you know what it is, Ines? Like a lot of people in this world are collapsing and a lot of system collapsing. And now, thank God to the internet, actually, we can connect through energy, through frequency.
Yeah.
So we just resonate with each other through voice or through communication. And all of a sudden, look, you find friends with whom maybe you can actually speak deeper things that you can speak with anyone around you. And this is the gift. We can start connecting like that and hold each other energetically and celebrate our moments of growth. And then you break through and you will start attracting this energy in your real life. And that's the thing, you know, for many, many, many years, I was alone because I was in my trauma and I was hidden. I was like in a shell. And unfortunately, until you break through, it's like your signal is very weak. You don't shine out your energy, so you cannot attract your people. Your energy is shut down.
Yeah. I
You know, I've
just now
experienced
just
it.
understand more deeper. How you know, um, yeah, it's big ego, like before working. Oh,
Mhm. But now you're opening up. So I feel like
yeah.
you're up for a magical ride. I can just
I
feel
think,
it.
yeah. Ah, well, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Anessa.
I
So good
can
to hear.
actually talk so many still, but I don't need maybe tell this all.
See, we opened you up.
Yeah, I forgot what I want to ask. Just, yeah, go out from my head now. So
Well, if
many
you have any
questions actually.
questions, send me an email or write it here, or
Yeah,
if
I
you
do
remember.
email for you.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So- And if you want, you can write it in Russian. I understand Russian very well.
Oh, my Russian little bit asleep too.
Okay, so
More
English.
more
More
something
Latvian, right?
between everything. I don't understand what happened with me actually. Because husband partner my English and I try speaking English, but I still not good in English at all.
Well, you understand everything you say.
Mm, yeah, good. Because many people not understand me. They do faces like if I something tell what? My
Sure.
partner actually not understand me sometimes.
We understand you perfectly.
Okay, good.
I don't know what's up with those people. Readiness.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, definitely feel free to reach out if you have any questions or anything at all, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I see you and I
Yeah.
celebrate you. Keep shining. Phew. Rising and rising and rising. Thank you,
Yeah.
love.
Only because of you. Yeah, we start shine, yeah, because of new mind start, yeah, and many on internet this all popping too, yeah, but I think you the best, you know, like so cool.
You're so
You
sweet.
amazing, you know so many. I don't know, you just all big book all the time, you know. Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Mm,
Honestly, I'm learning every day and I'm messing up every day. And sometimes I get
cool.
super shy, sometimes I get super scared. Trust me, I have the full spectrum. It may look good on like online, you know, but there's only like little bits shared, but there's a lot going on. It's a full life, you know, and we're all going through it in our own way for sure.
I just want all women listen you know, and practicing and doing everything. What you show, it's work, you know, it's women can freedom have, like from all the squeezeness in life, yeah, tiredness, smile starting more. Mm, right, fine. Okay, thank you very much. I put
Right like a
good
diamond.
fun.
Thank you so
Mm,
much, Ines.
yeah,
You're amazing. Thank you for sharing your voice.
bye.
Bye, love. All right, my dears. Anyone else would like to share if you feel inspired? Some people have turned off cameras, like Anna Burke or Urke Yagmur Demiroglu. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, or Daisy Bishop. Pamela and Alloway spoke for a moment, I think. Yeah, if you guys want to say hi, anything, say hello. And if not, I will start Actually, guys, want to share with you one story, just to kind of to close this and to inspire you. There's this one book by Jonathan Livingston, by Jonathan Bach. It's called Jonathan Livingston, The Seagull, and it's about the seagull. And so it's the story, the seagull was trying to fly and try different pirouettes, you know, and usually seagulls fly really low and they eat dead fish. They're kind of like right above the sea. And so this one seagull kept trying new things. And like normal seagulls got really angry with him because he looked abnormal. And so they said, hey, like, calm down. If you don't calm down, like, we're gonna kick you out. And he just wouldn't. And so they said, okay, we're gonna make a example and a lesson out of you. We're gonna kick you out, and you're gonna go up into the sky, and obviously there's nowhere to rest and there's no fish, and we're just gonna wait for your dead body to drop. We're not gonna allow you to land. So they pushed him out, and he went into the clouds and flying through the strongest winds and feeling alone and hungry and tired and ostracized and just totally exhausted. And he finally was flying through the cloud, and he was touching, that's it, like last bits of energy left, and he just decided, okay, I'm just gonna push through this one more final cloud just to try one more pirouette, the strongest my body can ever do, and after that it's fine, I'm just gonna drop that. And so he gathers his strength and he takes that breath and he gets ready, and then he finally breaks through the cloud, and guess what? He breaks through the cloud and he sees there a mountain with other seagulls that escaped normies. And they say, come over here, come. Here's some food. You can rest here. Come join us. And so he's been welcomed by all of those seagulls from other outcasts that went through their own super lonely, super hard journey of being on your own, being in your truth. And then they welcome him, and then they train him even better tricks, and he becomes like this super star jet kind of seagull. And then finally the oldest seagull takes him under his wing to train him, and he gives him the best knowledge of how to fly, how to like dance with the wind, like the deepest ancient understanding of the elements, the water, the wind. And then the teacher tells him that his final embodiment of the mastery will be to come back to where he came from and to dance with the wind and inspire. And even if one little seagull will follow him and will become expanded and powerful, he has done his job. And so he flies back and starts bringing the young seagulls and teaching them what it is to expand their reality. And I just wanted for you to know that if you feel alone, if you feel exhausted, you are on that seagull journey. And every single one of us has been on this journey. And honestly, I periodically go through those journeys. Like even when I think I've got it or my life is great, then something else happens and something breaks to teach me harder, more intense lesson. And all of a sudden I'm alone again. Old friends disappear, new friends haven't appeared yet, and I'm in this limbo state. And then I just know, okay, it's another initiation. Life is pushing me into something greater. I need to listen. And then I break through, and then again I meet whole other up-leveled level of energy, and it could be some of my old friends who've grown as well, or some new people. So really what's happening, guys, we're not being attached to people, we're just working with frequency. And the more your frequency expands, the more beautiful and beautiful people you're starting to meet. So focus on your frequency, focus on your embodiment of that energy in your heart. Everything else comes with it as a direct energetic reflection, and everything in between is just life karmic tests. Sometimes there's no reason why some bad things happen. They happen because the life wants to initiate you, and it knows that you can handle it. Have fun and embody it with grace and with courage and with precision and with calmness, and then go do next. It's like, haven't you all experienced it? Like those intense situations when you press to the freaking ground with money, with maybe physical difficulties, with relationships, and all of a sudden you almost can't breathe. And exactly in that moment, there's but to, we're that pressed. And in that survival almost instinct, we become a new version of ourselves. and then again, and then again, and then again. And really, it never ends. And I just hope for everyone to kind of have enough of good tools to take care of their energetic body and their consciousness when they're going through another challenge in life, so they can take care of themselves. And of course, when we do it together, it's so much more fun. So I know we went terribly over time. Oh my gosh, by an hour. All right, guys, I love you all so much. It's such a joy and a pleasure to connect with you. You're epic. Like seriously, I just enjoyed so much hearing from every single one of you, and hearing your voices and hearing your giggles and hearing your presence. It's really is such a gift. And hearing your tears and hearing your really real story, exactly where you're at. So precious, precious beyond and beyond. All right, loves. All of you, feel free to reach out to me for whatever reason, to say hi, or to join this training, or find out about everything, what's going on in my life. Just stay in touch overall so we can be in each other's life. But if you definitely do want to join, then join. By the way, my full course, I'm just going to put it here, godsatplay.com, my website. You can just go there and take a look and read about Kundalini Yoga and really understand what it is. And then there you click, there's She Rises, Shakti Awakening Temple is one of the teachings that's offered, and you can click on it. And if you type there, Shakti Love, then you receive 50% off on the top of that other 50%. So it becomes 555. It's only available for the next 24 hours. So if you want to receive such a big discount from 2,222 to 555, this is your great opportunity. And if you need some kind of a payment plan, also let me know, and then we will figure it out. What else? I constantly share some things on Instagram. I constantly share some things on New Minds. So things will be coming. But this kind of container is a women's thing. This is actually the first time the way I do it. So I'm excited. And the final thing, I forgot to say it. Oh my gosh, I should have told all the students. And one more thing that I'm adding as a bonus to this training, guys, it's actually such a big gift. I'm going to introduce you all to my first guru, my Guruji Nardanand, who initiated me into Shakti path 8 years ago. He gave me a direct blessing that basically awakened my Shakti, and then I started teaching Kundalini and everything, but everything just started flowing so much easier. And so he gives those blessings online, and he has thousands of people that join him and meet him for retreats everywhere around the world. He's kind of hard to catch, but I'm one of his oldest students, and he agreed to give blessings to all of my students. So if you join the training, I will also organize for all of us to join for Zoom call. It's just a free gift, and he will give a blessing to every single one of you, connect to you, and directly, energetically will hear your voice. You close your eyes, and he will send an impulse to you that will start awakening your Shakti, your Kundalini, a bit quicker, still in a very gentle way, but quicker. So things just start working out in your life. I give him a lot of credit and love and gratitude that he came into my life, and I feel a lot of really magical things in my life happened also because of him. So I'm always excited to share about him. All right, my loves, thank you so much for your presence, for who you are, for shining your magical light, for standing on this path. Oh my, Pamela, did you want to say something? I just saw your camera. You good? Okay. All right, love. So we stay in touch, reach out. And really, such an honor and such a pleasure, whatever you choose to do with your life. I hope this was helpful to you, this was inspiring, and please take those teachings as an inspiration to always listen to your inner voice and always act from that place, and trust and know that you have that radiance, you have that beauty within, and you deserve respectful treatment from everyone around you, but first of all from yourself. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. Stay in touch.